And we are live. Welcome back, guys, to Drake's Den. I'm Bunter and Villain, joined by.
I am Mormon631.
And I am the Madisoke.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Another week, another Star Citizen newscast, podcast,
Yeah.
chit-chatting about
Yes,
And
new
there
stuff.
sir.
has been progress.
Ooh,
Although admittedly I haven't really played that much. How are you finding the new event phase, Willem?
Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Okay, two positives if you can find them, and two negatives. What would you say?
Oh, let's start with four negatives.
Okay.
No, they're fairly easy missions, but this is minus as well. It's fairly easy as well.
Was it the one we did yesterday? Who did I do them with? Was I doing them with you, villain?
Uh, yes, you came to rescue me after I died.
And then we did a mission, and then we did another
That's right.
one, and it didn't complete.
Oh,
And it completed.
and then completed. Yeah, when they killed us. Yeah.
Yep.
To be fair, that was kind of our fault. We stayed there too long because we thought the mission didn't complete, so we were like trying to figure out what's happening, and we just keep being shot at all the time. So
That's fair.
I think this is kind of like a filler patch content thing. It's just like if they wouldn't give out the the free stuff, I don't think I would be like super into it.
The free stuff isn't quite motivation
stuff,
enough
yeah.
for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I want the experience. But anyway, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, incredible. Yes, you should try it.
I'm convinced.
Cool. Did you try it at all? I know you tried it like the first one. Rico?
I've done the first phase. I haven't done phase two. But yeah. But yeah, there's not really much to cover on that. Like I said, it's quite eventful. I just thought I'd ask your opinion.
Yeah.
But maybe we should move on to today's topics, which is Levski Station, engineering, and the municipal works. So I think Maddie's going to start us off, isn't he?
Yes. Levski. Okay, so, villain, that link I sent you. If you want, you can either play the B-roll or you can go through the screenshots.
B-roll, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, you can do the B-roll or the screenshots. Screenshots have some really good pictures in there.
Okay, and
So yeah, the way I'm going to start it off is we'll touch base on old Levski, because out of the three of us, I actually got to play in this place that we're going to get to try next month, or maybe in the next couple of weeks. What do you think? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Maybe?
I
You think it's gonna be the
I think
mid-November, or you think it's gonna be like
11th.
half November?
It's gonna be 11th.
I think
The
it'll
11th?
be PTU by the mid-November at the very latest.
Okay,
Sure.
so I remember it vivid, so I'm super excited for it.
Oh,
It's
early
old
November,
Levski.
not late.
It looks a little bit kind of pyro-y. It's slightly cleaner than pyro.
Yeah, so that's the Grand Barter. That place right there is my favorite place. So Levski was my favorite place. It's you couldn't spawn there, but that's where everyone went. Like when you showed someone off Star Citizen, you showed them Levski. It was
Okay.
pretty much the idea of, I feel like, heavy concept came from Pyro, came from Levski. It was a really dope place. There was a hidden mission giver there. I forget the lady's name. So, but it was around for a while until 3.12. It was a placeholder.
Yeah, before my time. This just reminds me a little bit of Grim Hex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Grimhex got a lot of its design from Levski, from what I was told. And
Look,
that's where like the whole pirate gang style, like stylized way was designed. It was designed from it.
I
That's why it
think
fits so perfect into Nyx.
Grimhex has a similar background, doesn't it? Like it was taken over by outlaws, people who weren't subject to the UEE's rule, and they just took over the station. I can't remember exactly what the original name was. I think it was Green Imperial, something like that.
It was before my time. I can't remember.
Yeah, but it has a similar backstory, so it would make sense that it's a bit grimy. I mean, I'd say Grimhex is more so than Levski, though.
Hi, Musa. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Musa?
There. Welcome back, sir.
So you can shoot the B-roll a bit.
Yeah, working on it.
But yeah, it was a great place. The planet was awesome. The top side, you could pool your ground vehicle. So it was like, besides Lorville, that was the only other place you can pull ground vehicles out of, besides like mining outposts and stuff like that. So, after they removed it, it was very disappointing. I'm glad we're getting it next month. The problem...
You won't be driving any ground vehicles then, though.
Yeah, the problem was that they had limited tech. You know, there was a lot there. It was... Some patches, it was really good. Some patches, it'd be really heavy because it was a heavy location when you jumped into it. It had the huge hole in the ground. It was like really detailed. I think it was the most detailed place.
Yeah.
Planet-wise.
I think I prefer how it looks now. I think they done way better job kind of redoing
going
this.
to the switching from the planet to asteroid, I think was the best decision.
Well, I think it was always meant to be in an asteroid from what they've been saying. Like that was the intended approach because Delamar is the name of the asteroid it's built into.
Yeah.
I think the moon Delamar that was brought into the game in 3.12. Well, it wasn't 3.12. It's when it ended, wasn't it?
It was.
But,
it was the name around like 3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
3.6.
That was just the name of the placeholder moon that it was on, but it was always intended to be in an asteroid, from what I remember the devs saying. But like I don't know. I think from the perspective of someone who's never been to Levski, never been in one of the older stations, I came in around 3.15, I think. So I just missed it by a few months, I think. It was, how does it compare in terms of quality, atmosphere, things like that to current stations and landing zones, do you think?
I think it had, old Levski, I think today has a lot of atmosphere, as you're seeing from the video. New Levski looks like they took that and they just cranked it all with all their new tools to enhance it all. I'm waiting for that. See, that place is called the Grand Barter. I'm waiting for that place. I'm waiting to see what it looks like revamped now.
You just want to get wasted in space, don't you?
Well, no, the Grand Barter had had all these market shops. Yeah.
Got you.
There's all these market shops underneath those little canopies. And then that was the only place where you can get a tiger claw. So if you were a pirate, that'd be the place for you to clear your crime stat, because that'd be the only place to get a tiger claw. And then there was a mission you would take. It would send you to Levski. You'd go there. You'd have to talk to the person, and then he would allow you to buy it, and then you would buy the tiger claw and have to go to this facility and hack it. And it was like one of the hacking missions, early hacking mission back in the day. I've done it. I've done it with a couple people. It was really fun. And the best thing about it, that was like your GPS tracker back in the day. So if you were to die due to bugs and you were on that mission, certain people would take that mission. And as soon as you get the card, if you die, it brings the mission marker. And that would show you where your ship was in the middle of space. And then you could quantum jump to it. So it was like an easy quantum jumping beacon that you could have in the game.
I've seen like pirates do that kind of thing. They would take in this, putting on a cargo ship a box or something so they can track you all the time in real life. That's kind of cool. And I remember I was actually later when I started playing, but I remember when you could have just removed the crime stat in the bunker, man. That was just so much easier. And then they changed it to security post Korea only or something. That's pain in the ass to get in there. Mormon will
You just gotta hide underneath the pads.
After last time we tried it, you roll up with in Idris and almost got destroyed. So
Yeah, the turrets did melt the shields within like 2 to 3 seconds. It was a little bit disturbing, but you can't hide under the pad in an Idris. Unfortunately, it's a little big, little too big.
skill issue.
Skill issue. Yes. Hide the nose under. They'll do it and see it coming.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see old features from Levski kind of being shifted into similar areas in Stanton, like Grimhex and Security Post Korea and things like that. So it's nice to see there's been progression from there to where we are now. And we kind of come back full circle, and this is like the next step back to Levski, but with new tech, which is nice.
I'm glad they kept the cargo train. I saw it in New Levski. So there was this cargo train in that elevator shot as you're going down. There's this train track that spirals around the hole.
Mm.
The train never worked, but I saw in New Levski it does. So that's cool. That they got
Is
that.
Is it a transverse lift? Where
No, it's like,
it goes sideways.
No, I think it carries the cargo underneath, and it's like on top, and the wheels are on top on the track.
Oh, okay.
You know me.
All right, I think I know what you mean.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to see like how the 0G works, because they showed like a lot of the station you can access different areas through 0G, so it's like it's gonna be little hidden holes. I do remember there was a spot that did just like Grimhex, like if you went deep enough, it did go into 0G. There was a spot somewhere, it was like a little puzzle. I think there was like a little loot box back there for you to grab something, or a plushie back in the day. I can't remember off the top of my head. A bunch of people
Yeah.
used to show me all these little secret spots, because that's like what we did when we played a lot.
I used to sneak out the 0G part of Grimhex when I was crime statted. That was my way out. You'd have someone waiting outside the door. You'd just be like, "No, I'm good. I'm just gonna go underneath, get a friend to pick me up."
Yep.
That was the best way of doing it. Was there something similar places in Levski? Oh no, it wasn't 0G back then, was it? Levski.
No, but it was kind of like there'd be like a spot
Yeah.
where it'd be like parkourish,
Budget
and
cuts.
then you would either fall to your death.
Parkour.
Yeah, because they did start doing like they started messing with like the whole puzzle parkour jumping stuff that we have today, like
Yeah.
because we ended up getting what's it called? We ended up getting Klesher, the prison, which then had like the escape way of jumping out and doing all the jumping and climbing.
Mm.
It was pretty tight in a.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I actually done the escape from the Clasher once, just was like it's to
Me
see.
too. One
But
time.
it took so long. It's like on one screen I had like a guide. Okay, jump here. Okay, so I jump over. What's the next bit? Took ages, man.
I am somewhat ashamed to say that I know the escape route from Klesher very, very well. I have escaped from Klesher more times than I can count on my hands. Because I'm bad, because I was falsely accused and charged with crimes that I hadn't committed. Obviously.
Did you notice, like in prison, they're all innocent people only, always.
Innocent, only innocent people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Teachers was also the only other physical ship shop where you could buy ships and physically see them.
Do you guys think this is when it's gonna be this gray market, or is that?
I think
somewhere...
so. I think that might be changing to Gray's market, or we still might get Teaches, but Gray's market might be somewhere else.
It might be in the back or down in the cargo areas, something like that. like hiding, because he's meant to be like another Wicklow, like what someone you give recipes into, isn't he?
Yeah, and the
And you would
Grand
get
Barter's like a mixture of traders from all over the place. That's kind of how they built it. It was like people from Pyro, people from another system and another
a,
system, Nyx.
a
You
random
know,
Vandal, just chilling
well, yeah,
out in
because
the
someone
bazaar.
was selling like alien food and stuff like
Hmm.
that. You couldn't buy it at the time, but you could see it and see like the artwork that they were doing and like the concept ideas.
Yeah, I just want to get to a point where in places like Levski, where it's kind of bordering, where you maybe not Vandal because that Vandal are mean. Um, but like you see like Banu walking around, like maybe we'll actually have NPCs that interact with the world, and we'll have different races because you got the Tavara and you got the Banu, and there's one more I can't remember the name of
Jian.
that isn't Vandal. The Xian, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, the Xi'an. We haven't seen any
But,
about them yet.
I think that
yeah,
there's like turtle people, bird people. uh,
the Tavaran are the bird people,
yeah,
Yeah,
which are now is now their name, bird people.
bird people. Yeah.
the turtle people.
Have you seen the concept art on them? They look like turtles.
A little bit, yeah.
What kind of sick ass turtles have you been looking at?
Teenage Mutant
I'm
Ninja Turtles.
excited for this new thing. They've already hit us one the year before about it. This Municipal works.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be. They've already said it's gonna be in Area 18. Now they're showing it off in Nyx
I
with
thought what
this
they
instance leveling.
I thought they said they're gonna move them from Area 18. I think they're gonna have a different
They
plan.
they didn't explicitly say that they weren't going to implement them into Area 18, and it would also be quite foolish to only implement that kind of gameplay in one area,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
because they have so many landing zones in this game, and they'll continue to gain more. That it would only
They
make
have
sense to use instancing on each landing location to ensure that everyone who had a spawn had on location missions that they could do. So for Orison, it will be platforms.
Mm-hmm.
For Area 18, it will be the municipal works below the city handling the sewage, similar to Levski. For Microtech, it could be something completely different, and I wouldn't know what that is right now. Maybe just
Hunting,
buildings that have come
the
under attack.
reactor, yeah.
skiing,
Something like that.
skiing down the slopes.
Yeah, maybe terraforming issues.
Yeah,
Like maybe there's like machines that maintain the atmosphere for the population,
that would be
so
cool.
that doesn't get
and
too
you have to do
cold.
engineering missions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, they didn't explicitly say they've taken municipal works away from Area 18. They're just saying that it will be coming first in Levski, from what I understand, but not necessarily that it's not going anywhere else.
I'm kind of excited for it because there's so many different mission types that they could throw in there. Just like you mentioned, they can throw in like engineering style repair missions. You can throw in hacking missions, hunting mission, bounty missions, uh, cargo missions. Like maybe there's a certain type of cargo down there you have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Can go.
I think Villain's planning on talking about municipal works a little later, or did you want to move on to it now?
Well, if
Villain?
we can start now.
You want to start onto it
Yeah.
now? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So just like we mentioned, municipal works. The whole idea is just to have a content on landing. So like Mormon mentioned, you log in, spawning, and you've got something to do. You don't need to spend 20 minutes to get ready and fly away somewhere. I think
I want to spend 20 minutes
I
getting
know.
ready and flying away.
For your game loop, it's always just setting up other people's ships and letting them go. Yes, I can imagine you just doing that.
I'm here just for the setup. That's my only gameplay.
Yeah. So from my understanding, what they mentioned, they're gonna start this in Levski. I think to just populate maybe the new verse to actually give people reason to actually go to Nyx. I think that's why they're doing this at the moment. And it's gonna be on DLMR. So the whole idea is just to do different type of gameplay. So how I see it, this is gonna be something similar to like Onyx facilities. They do kind of. It's a bigger location, sprawling. but it will be segmented, so you're not gonna be able to access everything in straight away. So you're gonna need to do like a first bit, go, and then maybe do it 2 or 3 missions there. And they was like, okay, and the reputation type of reputation, maybe they give you special access to the next bit. And the whole idea is supposed to be different types of missions in there. So you might need to, like, like in Onyx, you've got, maybe you need to go there and remove icicles from something, that kind of thing, or just go fix the pipe for like air or water or that kind of thing. And basically, like they've been showing up, there's going to be multiple ways in and multiple way out, basically, as well, just depending on how much access you're going to have. I'm just not sure how replayable this is going to be and how big and sprawling, because they never mentioned anything about this. Because like stuff like Onyx facility, they're quite big and sprawling, but if you go there a couple times, it's kind of shrinks very fast, the whole location.
From what they presented, at least on the Area 18 presentation last year, they said, and I think they touched on it a little bit with Levski as well, the Municipal and Levski, is that the missions will scale with group size, as well as the missions being procedurally generated. So I see what you're saying with replayability, but it will change depending on how many people you have, the difficulty, the amount of NPCs, what kind of missions they are. And you could implement so many different types of gameplay. You could have dungeons where it's an engineering mission with some FPS, or pure FPS, or repair the ship that's been hidden down in the municipal works and get it and fly it out, or maybe not that one because that's a bit hard to pull off. But potentially, because it's procedurally generated, you could have an infinite amount of dungeons and different layouts that they have.
Well, if it's gonna be that every time you go in, it's procedurally generated, then that would be amazing, right? But I don't think this is how it's gonna go. How many different, from like a lore perspective, you cannot just have it's a small asteroid, so you just cannot just go in there and every time it changes, you know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be more static kind of thing.
Well, there's a communal area. There's a communal area part of the municipal works. The part that I'm talking about is the specific levels, and I wasn't necessarily speaking just about Levski in that statement. Obviously, it will depend on the area as to what they can put in there. But yeah, I know what you mean. It would be a bit immersion breaking to have different layouts for the same area every time.
I think like a place like Levski, they'll probably have like maybe a limited number of layouts, so that you don't run into that issue. But like a place like ArcCorp, if they were to do it, they could do pretty much an infinite amount, because that's a huge planet city. It's like a city planet. The whole thing's covered. Yeah.
They could really start utilizing the other, for now, areas of ArcCorp, because you've got Area 18, which is great, and then you've got all the other areas that you never go to.
Like you see this scene that's shooting on the planet of the borehole, right? Imagine there's a jump point on Area 18 that you jump to, and it's kind of something similar like this, where it's like a ventilation hole that you'll fly in, and there's a pad at the bottom, and that's like the entrance to the municipal works, and it's like you're going into the deep belly of the inner works of the mega city that is that planet.
Travel deep below the surface.
The only thing I was thinking, maybe they could have maybe utilized something like water, right? So what floods a certain part of the map, or there's like a big massive flame or biohazard or something along that line. That would help. And
poop mission, yes.
Poop missions.
Yeah, I think that's part of what they have planned. Like, what in your mind, Villain? Let's say you, Villain, are in charge of designing your ideal mission in the municipal works, whether that's an instance part of the content or in the communal area. How would that look?
No one would complete it. Just no.
Okay.
I would like.
I'm worried.
I would like to have maybe some kind of boss, like a boss. All after you go into the last bit, all the like reasons for water and air, and breaks down the pipes because someone lives down there, right? And they just been stealing copper pipes and stuff, right? Something along that line, and maybe they using icties, so they can. You've got the you're gonna need to fight like two guys in icties, keep on shooting you, something along that line. That would be cool.
Okay. So lots of pew pew is what you want.
Yes, and a lot of like I mentioned, a lot of maybe like if you fix the
Mission
pipes,
title,
water
Wet Nest.
recedes, or you turn off like gas so the flames can die down, something along that line. That you've got, it feels like you, whatever you done the mission, it completes like you've got like a in world kind of effects changes.
Okay.
That would be cool. So you
So
actually
like
can,
there's this room flooded, and then as you do the mission, that room will become unflooded.
because you see
release
pipes,
the pipe,
pipes keep on pumping water out. So if you like patch all the holes and maybe bring in something like a hose or something, get the water out. So then you've got access to more, to the next stage, maybe stage 2, something along that line.
Okay. See, that's
Puzzle
something I'm
FPS.
as part of what some parts of Squadron 42 will be puzzle FPS. Something I'm really hoping to see, because this is something that really irritates me about the ASD facilities, is when you're in the engineering section, you're trying to do the cooling pipes. The reset timers are so awful. Like you'll do the stalactites of coolant on the pipes. You'll get them all done, and you'll be really fast. You'll get them all done, and you'll go and do the salvage for the repair for the pipes, and you go do that. And then by the time you get to the first lever again, they've all reset.
Yep.
Stalactites are back, pipes are burst open again. And I'm just like, okay, well that's it's like 15 minutes of my day I'm never going to get back. Thanks. Yeah,
I think they've been
I'm hoping instancing will solve that issue, where it doesn't need to reset because it's your own instance.
Yeah, but I think it's supposed to. They wanted to do it that way to make sure encourage group play. I think maybe that was what they tried to do with it.
That's not really encouraging group play, more as just being irritating. In my humble opinion, I don't know. I feel like the reset timers are too aggressive.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've never done that.
You've never done them on your own, or
No.
you just never done them for the Hyperion mission.
I've done that with Villain. Is that the cooling one?
Yeah. With the icicles, we needed to like remove it. Yeah.
If you do it on your own, it's they just reset too quickly.
Yes, they do. They were resetting for us way too quickly. I was doing them, and then he was doing the battery part.
Yeah. Something I'm hoping to see in Levski Municipal Works as well. There's something that's missing from the Pyro stations is different ways in. Like, I don't think there should just be one way into the Municipal Works. It might be a bit difficult for them to implement them like that, because you'll have different entrances where you would have to instance the location. And I do understand that would be its challenge, but maybe just different ways in to make it a little bit more interesting, a bit more variety. And maybe if you have a specific mission, and then maybe an entrance into the Municipal Works that is closer to that area internally, would be
You know
a
the
really good way of
contestant
doing it.
zones? Don't they have the maintenance exits?
Not anymore. So originally in the
That you
Pyro,
could exit from the outside in and like stop someone. They're coming out that door, but you
Nah.
can't take that elevator inside to the contestant zone. There is an area in one of those asteroids. You can go inside, and it's like a maintenance exit. And it looks like it's just an exit way out.
Yeah, that's not the contested zones. They're just the asteroid bases.
Yeah, the people.
And there is a back way out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but the stations in Pyro used to have maintenance areas that you could go in to get into the station, and different explorable areas. But that when Pirate came out, when Pyro came out, those were missing. They were gone. They were taken away, and we had the contested zones instead, which I feel like is the replacement that CIG had in mind. I would would have liked them to keep the different entrances. I would like to see something similar for Levski, so that you can, again, if you're going into an instance area, then Municipal works.
Yeah, but like
You target a specific entrance.
I think the reason they take a lot of stuff out just because the community was just so toxic and they were killing each other in the station, so they had to put the disarmist zone.
It's pyro.
I know. But
it's supposed to be like that.
They want people.
I feel like when you start to baby people in places where they shouldn't be babied, you're just going to destroy the systems you're trying to create.
Exactly.
And to be honest, the maintenance areas didn't really encounter that many problems in terms of toxicity, just because everyone was just there for the missions that were down there. There were missions that you could go down and do in those areas.
Okay,
similar to the Municipal works, but they weren't instanced. But yeah, no, just a bit more variety than just one entrance. One choice to go in would be nice. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah, if we have these little hatches where you could take elevators into it from different parts of the asteroid, and they're like just little hidden entrance hatches.
Yeah, it would be good.
There were like old maintenance hatches for maintenance people to exit out of and enter to fix stuff easily.
But I'm thinking,
and maybe they need a key card to get in. Like maybe you need a maintenance key card, and you can only get it from the inside of the Municipal work. So it's like after you go in through the main door, and do missions, there's a chance for you to find this key card. And then there's these little hatches all on the outside. They don't show, but if you remember where it was by exiting out through one, you can get back in it through a key card. Because I think that's one thing where they failed in these asteroid bases. They didn't give you, like you're saying, more ways in, and instead of just making it you call an elevator and take it in, you
get in,
put a little challenge to it.
Yeah. But I think they start doing this with the Onyx facilities to getting to your Mandis now. You can find a cart and just
buy... one. Oh, right. I thought you were saying there are multiple ways in. I was like, no, there's only one way in everywhere in ASD.
No. So you can,
I know what you mean now.
Yeah, but you can bypass it, the whole thing. You can just get to your.
Yeah, hopefully that's the start.
Yep.
I'm hoping that's the start with how they did the Yermandi situation, where you could take an elevator straight to it. Hopefully there's a start where they start doing that, where you need a special key card to get easy access points or like other access points. It'll be very good if they do that and they focus a lot on that.
Cool. Yeah. Do we think they're gonna add anything new to Levski? Like they adding new weapons, so I'm thinking we may be able to buy them there. All of them.
I think they're gonna revamp that whole entire Grand Barter.
Okay.
I think it's going to be bigger. It was quite a small room. I think it's going to be a bigger room, a lot more trading places. I think they're really going to dial it in the sense of like, I wouldn't even be surprised if you see fabricators in some of the little market stalls.
Oh, just like not working
in the
one.
background, like not a working one that you can use, but one of them in the stalls of someone that sells stuff, and like that's how they make their stuff and sell
like
it.
yeah,
I can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a dress setting in the place. I'm quite excited to see how they're going to do the refinery in that area. That's going to be pretty dope. I don't remember a refinery being in old Levski, not from my memory.
Was refining in back then?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, mining was in, so refining was in, but it was in certain places. I think it was in the space stations only.
Well, I'm hoping the whole Nick is gonna come out. I'm hoping Levski, it's the only place to do anything in the system. The only place to refuel, the only place to come in to repair or refine it, and everything else should be empty. I don't
think it could be the only place in the whole system that you could refuel. One of the many, maybe one of the few, would be a more
only place, and then
only place ever.
Because like Pyro,
has enough fuel to get to the planet, and you can't get back.
That sounds like someone else's problem.
You just want it to be as difficult as possible. I think one thing we know is that Nix is going to be very focused on commerce, cargo, and mining. That is going to be the focus of the system, at least in its introductory
Yes.
phase.
I think
There's going to be a lot of mining.
Vandal is going to be a big thing.
Yeah. What I want to see is Vandal doing raiding parties for miners, because
I
you
do
will
too.
pay for protection. I'm going to be making a lot of
Well, yeah.
money.
I want that to be a threat in space mining out there. I feel like you should get a threat to where maybe your computer system starts beeping that someone's warping in and it's FanDuel, you know?
Mm.
Or maybe when you're in the belt, there's like these little signal alarms on other asteroids, because sometimes they do dress set certain asteroids, and it'll like start blinking red to let you know hazard, something. Something in that sense, you know?
Will be cool. I cannot wait for. Sorry, I go.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. I was just gonna say that I want to see more asteroids that are subject to physics. Like maybe they have some loose attachment point in the asteroid belt, but they're allowed to drift. So there's a danger to flying through asteroid belts. So there's like an unpredictability to the path of the
They can like
asteroids.
bump into each other, yeah, and like
Exactly.
drift apart like that, yeah.
And I get they can't do it fully because they don't want the asteroid belt to lose its shape. But let's say that an asteroid has an anchor point with a loose fix to it of 100 kilometers.
Mm.
That asteroid can drift anywhere within that 100 kilometers, and when it reaches its bound, it drifts in the exact opposite direction. So that never at any point do you feel like all the asteroids are just kind of going in a circle or floating in the same area. But like maybe just like small groups of asteroids with that trait, because it would feel more risky flying through the asteroid belt mining, because you need to be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you got to keep checking your sectors because an asteroid could literally be coming to crush you against the other asteroid that you're mining.
Exactly.
It would be incredible cinematic videos people could make.
Because I think one of the biggest grievances of pure industrial gameplay is, as cool as it is that you might be attacked, you don't want that to be the only danger, because that's just going to get old real fast. Like you're not going to be able to get through any mining sessions without being attacked by Vandal or player pirates or NPC pirates. So maybe sometimes the danger is the environment, and that would make sense that you'd be looking out for drifting asteroids in the belt.
I'm hoping soon when Planet Tech V5 comes in and they do all the little touch-ups, hopefully they add the ability to have minables inside the asteroids, just like how they're saying minables will be underground on planets, and allowing us to be able to land on an asteroid.
Rockbreaker is going to be doing that. You'll crack the asteroid open and you'll go inside and you'll mine it from the inside. But I know what you mean. You want it to just be regular asteroids that you can do that on.
Yeah. When it comes
that would be cool.
When it comes to you talking about danger when you're mining, I think when the engineering is gonna come out, your potential of your parts of your ship just misfire or get stuck in there will increase, and I'm hoping more like resources that are gonna be like more explosive, so it like kind of like Contanium, it kind of breaks kind of violently, and if it hits your ship you might lose your quantum drive or something, or
maybe unstable Quantanium on the rock surface has a different look than stable Quantanium, or more stable Quantanium. But yeah, that'd be cool. Like different parts of the asteroid with different kind of things. I think we're being advertised to, chaps, in the chat.
I think there could be a good segue to engineering, maybe.
Yeah, bring it on. If you could start with my slides, just so we have them up on the screen. But yeah, engineering is the nice meaty one, because I think it works into Levski, and Municipal works almost interchangeably, because I think that's going to be a lot of the intended gameplay in the Municipal works. So
yep, here we go.
Okay, so just as a disclaimer, I'm not going to be showing any of the video footage from
Leaks.
the leaks. I have got some screenshots only for demonstrative purposes, but I feel like CIG it's a bit of a pain point for them with people breaking the NDA.
Fair enough.
So I'm not going to be showing any of the video footage. But engineering is obviously is a massive part of the game. It's almost like a big piece of the pie that's been missing for years and years and years. And it's part of the original vision. It's part of what's missing from multi-crew gameplay on ships. And I feel like it's also that missing from the game is kind of fueling this everyone's a pilot mentality. You know what I mean? Like if me, you, and Maddie is sitting on a ship together flying through space, two of us are going to be very, very bored. At least. You know what I mean? So engineering is just that big piece of the pie that's going to bring a lot of things together in the game. It's going to make people rely on each other more. So it's going to have a community effect as well. So for me, this is a really big thing. I want a ship where you have to work together. You have to, as a villain, you have to go and do what Mormon says, because if you don't, the ship will blow up.
We're gonna blow up then, I think.
With villain, yeah.
Yeah.
The big...
Villain, repair the power plant. Sorry, I'm busy, not doing what you say.
I'm busy.
The only thing, the good thing I kind of like about engineering when it's gonna come out, people's gonna start flying way less ships, I think, because like
you mean
bigger ships,
smaller
solo?
ships?
So they're gonna be
fly the bigger ones.
no.
Less.
What I'm saying, the list of the choices you're gonna be using, like your daily driver, you're gonna have one or two maybe, and you're gonna learn how they work, where the fuses are, and how to fix it. You know, you're gonna learn it, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna want that new ship because I don't know what's where, and it's gonna take too long, you know, to get too used to it. So I think people.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot more
energy.
So,
oh, hey man, welcome. It's the other way around now. Welcome in. Loving the is that Elmo? What was I going to say? I think the ships, the larger ship's going to take a lot more actual kind of guys. We need to practice how to fly the ship in combat. So I'm going to need 2 gunners. I'm going to need 2 engineers. The C2 is like a really good medium-sized engineering ship that you can kind of discuss because and actually I think the C2 has one of the best engineering layouts of all the ships that I've looked at. But if you look on the right, you've got all the different components of engineering that are coming in. I've included fire because it is kind of integral to the management of that system. If your power plant is on fire, you will want to put out the fire. Yeah, nice to see you too, man. We're discussing engineering, which is actually in testing at the moment. It's actually really, really cool. And it's going to be the interwoven systems of the ships, where you're actually going to have to repair things, manage your systems on a screen. You're going to actually have to have an engineer on board. So it's going to be really, really interesting to have. So the different components here I've got is component repair. So when you have your shield, obviously, if it's been damaged, you'll need to have your villain go and repair it for you. The very dependable villain.
I think we already established this. I'm not doing anything on the ships.
I'm just laying down your future for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd ask Maddie, but he'd be AFK. You know?
No, I will be there, man. It just might take me a little bit longer, but I'll get it done.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. There's the life support, which I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You'll be a very good engineer when you're present. There's the life support, which is obviously your oxygen, your atmosphere. And life support will obviously play a role in fire management as well, which we'll come to a bit later. You've got your power network. If you look on the picture there, you'll see these yellow and red lines with little nodes. That is the old system for the power network, where you'd have fuses at different nodes. The fuses are still going to be in-game, but from what I've heard and read, the role of fuses has changed. they're no longer a hard point of failure on the ship, whereas before, if you took out a node, it would kill that section of the ship. I think it's less like that now, although they haven't been very specific on how it works now.
I think from what I got, it reduces how much power goes into specific component. So let's say you've got the shield, and if the fuse goes out, instead of you have like 6 pips in it, it goes to like maybe 3, something along that line.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
we'll see.
it's more like just that section of the ship is no longer functionable, but it shouldn't
No,
like
it's
render
not.
the whole ship unable to be able to do things. It's just more just taking the power points and making other things cost a little bit more in the sense of trying to keep up with power and heating.
It will no longer kill part of the ship. I actually preferred that way. I like my fire and brimstone gameplay. I want it so if I get shot and my fuses go out, then that part of my ship is dead. That's how electricity works, damn it.
Well, I think that is the goal, but it's not like electricity goes out everywhere. Like if you take out a fuse, you no longer can do stuff in the front part of the ship. It's more like you can't do stuff in that back part only.
I wouldn't mind a halfway house where,
Yeah.
because I think they discussed this, where yes, if your fuse goes out, your power to that section of the ship goes out, but there are other relays, other paths that the electricity could take that you could go onto the engineering station and say, okay, divert the power this way. And maybe like you're saying, Villain, it reduces the amount of pips available, but you still get power to that section. And it requires management. Fire and brimstone, I want it.
I want it too. I'm with you.
You've got the battery and power management. Now, I thought batteries were coming in, but I don't think they are. I think we'll just stick with power management for now. There's a systemic atmosphere on the ship. There's armor, which didn't make it in this tech preview, but will be coming in. And you got fire and temperature. Both are really important in regards to component, i.e. you don't want your power plant to be on fire.
Works faster when it's on fire, I'm telling you.
This is why you don't let Villain on your ship. He does
true.
what the opposite of what you want to happen on engineering.
Just
Have you just go to the next slide for me?
there we go.
Okay, so this is a comparison of where it was back in 2023, which is the top left. That's the C2. A little bit less refined, very much a work in progress looking UI. There's not really much there. It's kind of messy, really. So it's really refreshing to see. Villain, if you could just move me for a moment, is that possible? Because my face is blocking the picture.
Give me a
If
second.
it's not possible, don't panic.
Just take the eyeball off of him so he disappears.
Oh no, I've got an idea. Almost like we
that
are
dangerous?
Prepared, man.
Oh my
There you
gosh, Villain did a thing. So the bottom one is the new UI, which I really love. It's very, very clean. If you look on the left, you've got 3 different tabs, vertically stacked. You've got your 3D view of the ship. You've got your settings, and you've got your presets, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to love. You can set up your ship in a specific way and have the preset ready. Like, who doesn't want that? And then on the bottom, you've got your buttons where you can switch between the different systems you can manage. You've got your rooms, your doors, nodes, and your components. I think left to right, it goes nodes, then doors, components, then rooms. From what I can see there.
See, well, like I really want when this gonna come out, the hacking should be a thing. So like you've got what's the Vanguard Sentinel or something? You fly around, and then you hack someone, and you like just open the door and vent all the atmosphere just from a different ship.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
That would be so good.
I think hacking is a lot closer than we think as well. I think it is quite dependent on engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to show the progression between 2 years ago and this one. It's so much cleaner, so much more well designed, and you can see it is very fit for purpose, very functional. So if you go to the next one for me, Villain. Chop chop.
It's already done.
Okay. Oh, it's just showing up a bit late for me. Ooh. Again, this is a comparison. Again, you've got the old version where you would repair it by just shooting it, and you'd have the normal UI you're used to. On the bottom right, it's very clean. It tells you exactly what it needs. And I think this is the one that I commented on the video with you guys. And I said it was on fire, and it said repairs not needed. So
Repair is not needed.
I told you.
Don't worry about
It
that.
works faster that way.
I think Villain was right. Maybe fire is what you need. Although that's the quantum drive, not the power plant. So,
Oh, that's fine. We set
maybe
everything on fire.
yeah.
It's fine.
And there's also a changelog of events in the ship, which is the one on the bottom left, which is really cool and actually really unnecessarily detailed.
I think
for I'm not complaining. Just FYI, I like
What do
it.
you mean change log? Like when you take out a part and replace it with
yeah,
something, it tells you
anything you do on
when
your
So-
it happened, even the timestamp.
Exactly. Yes. So you'll
Wow.
see what's broken, what's damaged, what if there's a fire, if there's a room being vented, if life support's failing, anything that happens will be
CIG, can we
done.
get that for orgs and bases and stuff like that? That'd be very nice. So we don't get no freeloaders. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they'll implement that in because you're going to have permission systems, which is essentially what this will feed into.
Because then it'll say villain took
nothing.
2,000.
Villain set something on fire. Yes, took nothing.
Villain destroyed the power plant. Villain replaced the power plant. Villain destroyed. In a span of 5 minutes, there's just a huge list.
Yeah, eventually it'll just say villain happened. I don't know why we're picking on you, villain, but we're just
Villain
going to roll. It's
tornado.
fine.
Yeah.
All right. But I think component repair is actually probably the least impressive thing about engineering because we've known about it for a while, so it's not new.
Yeah.
One thing I really hope they do implement, because this was an idea from quite a while ago, is the concepts of components. They would open up and there would be an interior where you'd have 2 to 3 subcomponent slots, and you'd be able to fine tune your engine. That is what I want. I want fire and brimstone. I want like a system where you actually have to do things and you have to know things. That's what I want the medical system to be. I want you to have to know about diseases to treat people. I want you to have to know about the injuries to treat people. I don't want to just have a gun where I go, you're all better.
No.
Done.
Like, medical system is like, oh, he's shot. Tier 3. Sorry, guys. Write off.
I'll just shoot him again and he'll be better.
He's just done.
You want attachments on components.
Yeah.
It's like the components open up and there are internals
but
that
that's
you
what I
can
mean.
change out.
They could do it in
Yeah.
that sense with adding attachments to components in that sense, like in the subcategory menu, and
But
then they could
just
do an
imagine-
open animation. It would be so cool. I like
Imagine
your
being
idea.
on your Fatapillar Assault. The name escaped me, so I went with Fatapillar, ironclad. And you're on the workbench, and you got yourself like a size 2 power plant, and you're just there tinkering away, like, oh no, this one makes it really powerful, but it uses all my fuel. I don't want that. I want this one. And you actually have to know your stuff a little bit more. That'd be really cool because then the downtimes within the game are more engaging.
Yeah.
Because you have to.
And it would give a lot of crafters as well to trying to, even the subcomponents to craft it and upgrade it, and
Yeah, I mean they may still be planning to add it, and I really hope they do because that'd be really cool. It would add a second layer to repair as well because maybe the power plant's fine, you've repaired it, but maybe one of the subcomponents has gone out.
Yeah, it could be a space mechanic.
If they add it in, it's gonna be past 1.0. It's not gonna be in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
for
think they're
sure.
just trying to get
There.
the foundational systems fixed and sorted, aren't they? If we go on to the next one. Oh gosh, why is it cutting off at the top? What did you do to my slides, villain?
Nothing. Nothing.
Am I just scrolled down? Oh, it's me. It's me. I'm scrolled down. So
You guys can see, you're the witnesses. I get blamed for everything in this org, even if I'm not
it's
there.
'cause everything's
true.
your fault. My mistakes are your fault. Okay.
Most of the time.
Right. So this is life support and systemic atmosphere on ships. I think out of the two, the one that people have been waiting for the longest and has been the most immersion breaking is the systemic atmospheres on ships. No longer will you be able to open your very unprotected Connie to the vacuum of space without consequence. The moment you open your cargo doors, your oxygen is going to be gone.
See,
which is going to be great.
I've got a big question here about see the life support. Will that be more like a CO2 scrubbers kind of thing, or it will actually generate oxygen from something?
Well, it's responsible for the atmospheres in the room. It will be, well, essentially you have vents in the ship. There are actually, if you look around your ships right now, you will see vents and oxygen and CO2 scrubbers around the ship. But life support in reality would cover temperature, oxygen, CO2 scrubbing, multiple things. And for humans, it would be nitrogen as well. We can't just breathe in pure oxygen. It's actually quite damaging. We'd all die. Very, very painful.
The reason I'm asking, because like at the beginning, it's going to be like, oh, I press this button to open everything. Oh, right, I vented.
On your ship,
on my,
maybe.
on a ship. Whoops, everything is open. We vented all the atmosphere. Okay, we close it. And if you don't have a production of oxygen or something, then that's it. Yeah, right? Because
I am only ever going to travel on a ship with an oxygen shield with you, villain.
For real.
And
need oxygen.
Oxygen shield should be able to be turned off as well. That should be
Oxy
okay.
pens.
Yeah.
Fake oxy pens on villain ship.
I think that oxygen shields could also be an upgrade component. And I don't think it would need to be particularly visual, because you could have it so it's just when you install it, the oxygen shield forms around the docking collar on the Connie, for example, because the Connie's terribly designed for space, for a spaceship. Its airlocks have no airlock, which is a bit of a design flaw.
Detail. You just need to be quick.
The cargo bay is the airlock.
The cargo bay just vents out all the air as soon as you open it. You can never open it in space.
It's most of your oxygen as well in the ship when you open that cargo thing. It's pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Maddie, if you look on the top right picture, you see the change log there. You've got the radars partially damaged. I think it's the weapons aren't receiving power, the two red ones. If you see the 3D model just below, it's reflected there as well.
Okay.
So it gives you an actual change log of damage, repair.
I can't wait, man. That's gonna be so great.
Yep.
It's gonna be crazy good. I'm so hyped for it.
Another thing is, you see where the mouse is on the picture. Again, I'm not showing the video, but he was moving that real time, and you could see it on the engineering pad that someone was moving it. So let's say you're being boarded, and your power goes out, and you're like, why's the power gone out? You're going to see someone moving your power plant around the ship.
That's all that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And if you look on the bottom left, it's a demonstration of the pressure in the ship going down. That's the atmospheres rather than the oxygen. I don't know if decompression is going to be a thing.
Oh, that would be so cool. You just accidentally open the thing, it sucks you out into space.
Again,
Maybe
this is where ships like the Connie are going to be a bit of an issue. Because if you open that cargo bay in space, which a lot of pirates are going to want to do, you're going to lose all your cargo all at once. It's just going to be gone. I mean, you just have to vent the room first before you
I think that's the
go
best
out
way.
to eat cargo. It's going to be a bit more cognizant to run your ship. But I think the fact you're going to be able to physically vent your rooms, choose which rooms have oxygen, which ones don't, will be a really good prevention method for people boarding your ship. Because they're going to come up with a way in which you can't just wear your suit all the time at one point. So if you know you've got people boarding you, you just vent all the rooms between you and them. They won't be able to get to you before they run out of oxygen. It's going to be great.
Well, kind of depends, because most likely if the pirates are going to have a full suit on.
Don't ruin my dreams, Bill.
Okay.
Get away from me with your logic.
They will definitely have a suit on.
Too much logic
All right.
being spoke on.
Yeah, but if you look and again you look at the buttons, I think it's really cool. They've separated them out a little bit more than versus the old one.
I think this is like a warning thing if something really goes wrong.
Well, possibly that might be the critical marker when your
Oh.
power plant's
Yeah.
about to go. You know, when villain's been let loose in the ship, basically.
I can't wait, man.
Never coming on my ship.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to the next one for me.
Never on mine either.
Oh, guys, I didn't do anything yet, and already being banned.
The operative word in that sentence, villain, is yet.
See?
You guys have
Okay,
no
so this is the power network. Just because there wasn't an image of the power network on the new shots. I've used the old one to represent it. Essentially, that's just your nodes where your fuses are. You have to buy a lot of fuses, basically, because from what I understand, they go out quite often in the middle of a fight. And then on the right, you've got your presets, which I think we'll all appreciate. You'll have your mining preset, your combat preset, depending on what ship you're on, of course. Like maybe if you're in a Polaris, you'll have a preset that is designed for scanning and exploration when you're looking through over a new planet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But if you get attacked, your engineer would switch to your combat preset. So maybe your scanner loses most of its power and your weapons get more power, that kind of thing.
Oh my god, villain, we can finally do it. I could tell you more power to shield. So you could be like, more power!
Power!
From what I heard as well, they said that with the presets, that if you've got, let's say, Polaris, and you've got your own presets, and you go on someone else's Polaris, your preset's supposed to carry over as well, which is kind of good stuff. Make it so much
I think
easier.
it's on your character's Moby glass, and it's like it'll sync up if you enter the engineering thing. It's like you probably sync yourself to it.
The only
Similar to how map downloads will work, I think.
obviously they like from perspective of then you're gonna need to rebalance, but I heard cooling it's such a big thing now in the game.
I was going to get onto that actually. Yeah,
Okay.
Cooling is going to matter. No, it's fine. No, you go. You go.
No, but
Make
like,
it work.
so I what I wanted obviously then you're gonna need to tweak it because I want it like with the presets and stuff. So I want to be like, okay, emergency. So like I want to drop down cooling to, let's say, I don't know, a couple pips to get more shields or more firepower. But I don't want it in like 30 seconds everything catches fire. I want it's dependable how much pips you, but how many pips you take it off, it will increase the timer. So I want, like, let's say the one in here, which we've got, there's 3 of them. So if you take one off, you've got 5 minutes before stuff starts catching fire. And I'm thinking, okay, 5 minutes is enough to finish the combat and put this back on, turn it back on, and then, go on with your day. But at the moment, from my understanding, is you turn one of them off, and 30 seconds later, half of your ship is on fire.
Well, I think that's fine because the fact that the coolers are there is obviously because in lore the ships need the coolers. So I think having if you turn one cooler off, your ship overheats. I think that's accurate. I think for ships like, starting to sound like a broken record, but this is actually really relevant. For ships like the Stinger, it has 3 coolers. 3. It's a heavy fighter.
It's still not a
and
cool
we're
ship.
looking at we're looking at a C2 and it has 2 coolers. And the Stinger with all its coolers on struggles to have any power for anything else. The only way you can cheat the Stinger right now to get full power on anything is to turn 2 of your coolers off, which you're not going to be able to do when engineering comes in. So they're going to have to rebalance that on a few ships. There are a couple of ships like that.
And the other thing, apparently, like your shields, if they start taking shots like laser shots in, they actually start catching temperature. So longer they actually under fire, the hotter they get, which is kind of cool.
Yes, yeah, because it's putting more power into the shield to keep it up. If you could just remove our faces again, just so we can get this bottom picture.
Yep.
So, as I said earlier, I don't think batteries are in this tech preview that's out now. It's just the power plant. But when batteries come in, you're going to have the ability for short periods of time, maybe
For more
10 minutes,
power.
for more power. Maddie, you'll have a line that you can say, and it will mean something. Yeah,
I need more power.
From what I understand, the battery kind of works like a battery in a car. Your power plant works as the alternator, and over time it recharges. So you use your battery for a quick boost in power towards certain systems, and then you use that power, and maybe you take away the pips that you've allocated to the battery, and it recharges over time. So there's going to be so much to think about, and you're going to have to actually have a proper communicating crew to make this kind of stuff work. Because the amount of things, we're not even halfway through, and the amount of things we've covered, just talking about engineering is.
We got the follow Revenger 183 14 minutes ago. You guys missed it.
Got what?
We got a new follower.
I
Oh,
didn't see it.
Yeah.
do you not have the alerts set up?
What work in progress?
Thank you for following. What was his name?
Ravager 183.
All right.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Ravager83. I keep missing the name, but that's. No, thank you for following. If you bring us to the next slide, Villain.
Working on it.
3, 2, 1, go.
There's small.
Fire
noise.
bad.
No lies.
Fire bad.
This is my slide for fire because I feel like it kind of
Fire
speaks for itself. But if you look at the old Citizen Con where they showed fire, it's going to be crazy. I watched 10 Senses video. He played it live and described to people what he was seeing. And what he said was that the fire spreads quite slowly, so it's quite manageable. And he felt that the effort at which it took to put it out seemed too easy. I think this is probably like a balancing move. Sorry, I've got a bit of heartburn. I apologize for that.
So what I saw in the video with leaks, and there was a fire in Polaris, but the cool part was because it was going on for so long, the smoke started filling in, so you couldn't see anything, which I thought was super cool.
One immersion breaking thing was the screen was overlaid over everything, though. It wasn't behind the smoke. It was just always on top visually. That's the only thing that put me off. But it was really cool about the smoke.
Yeah, the smoke blocking your vision. I thought that was a nice touch. And then when he ran out of the room, you could see the smoke just filled in that room. You couldn't see anything else. I think it was. I think it's going to be a really great dynamic for ships. I think we will see a lot of ships falling from the sky on fire, and I think it's going to be beautiful sights to capture. I'm hoping to capture some good B-roll. A villain ship on fire like that.
You'd just be screaming.
So I want now incendiary grenade, so I can go in, throw one into someone's ship, and set it on fire.
Oh,
I mean, we have an incendiary grenade already in the game. It's called Pico.
Sure.
You just throw him in on fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. People are gonna be setting. Already. Oh.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You've got Pico or the Stormwall. They're your two options. Which is more flammable? That's the one you've got to ask yourself.
Oh man, if you set them on fire and you can put them in your backpack to just carry them with you just in case, because probably that's how it's gonna work.
I think what CIG have said concerning fire as well is that fire isn't only ever going to be in your ships. Your avatar can't set on fire. And I don't think planet fires will ever be a thing from what I've heard.
Oh man,
if I'm wrong, I will be happy.
It cannot be a thing because I would go into like Microtech and set the whole planet on fire.
Well, they'll probably have some sort of limitations on how far it can spread.
Exactly.
Like Far
So
Cry.
I don't maybe.
Well, hopefully with Planetech V5,
Unless
a
you,
place like Microtech, you can't set on fire because of how cold it is. It'll just extinguish after
That's
some
why
time.
I'm
Maybe you can
trying
set a
to.
tree on fire, but then
That,
it'll like get put out.
that's gonna be my attempt for terraforming, increase temperature on the planet, right? Just
were you just going to go find a floating dial in space and turn the temperature up?
no, just set every tree on the planet on fire and.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay, got you. Well, you say that you don't think it'll ever be a thing or it can't be a thing, but recently, I think it was about 12 days ago, Super Mac Brother posted a video, and it was Ali Brown talking about tech, Planet Tech,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about ship crashes and how eventually we'll be able to, like, we get to crash our ships. Yeah. If we crash our ships and we can't repair them and it becomes the remains of a ship, it will become fixed in the environment. And they're looking into getting tech in place that will alter the mapping of the planet, remove trees, add a crater, add fire to those craters, and the wreckage of the ship will embed and age in that crater, and they'll be visible from certain distances from space. Obviously, you know, a nomad crash is not going to be visible from space. Let's be honest, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
As you get closer,
The only
so they are looking into that kind of thing. So that gives me hope that maybe they'll be editable enough that they can have fires that only edit texture. So like trees are blackened, leaves disappear due to fire, but the tree stays there and maybe after half an hour spawns back as it was. Just so that there's something there. That would be nice.
that would be nice. Like I don't know. The only problem with the you saying leaving the ship on the thing crashing, you think growing over and stuff like that. People already leave their ships littered everywhere. Like it doesn't
But
matter.
remember, that will be less of a thing with engineering.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Hopefully.
Sorry.
Not convinced, because people tend to just leave ships everywhere.
I think maybe to begin with, engineering won't fix it because people will still just respawn their ship rather than spend an hour fixing their ship. But when insurance is a real consequence, you will need to repair your ship. For right now, obviously, I don't think having your ship crash and age on a planet is a good idea because you will just have a pile.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
Auroras
everywhere.
in Microtech, just flaming. So it will be something that comes closer to 1.0 or later, probably later. That'll be there. But I think fire as a whole system is really good. It's a really active way of maintaining your ship. You have to be really conscious about the wear and tear on your components. Fire is going to be your skill check for engineering.
Yep.
You know
How
what I
well
mean?
can you
Like
handle
on
fire situations?
Yeah, like on Dark Souls, you know, you get to the first skill check boss. That's the moment where you decide, yes, I want to play this game, or I'm done. So for engineering, it'll be, yes, I want to be an engineer, or I think I'm a pilot. One of those two options. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have any other comments on the fire and fire management.
It looks great.
Speak about.
Looks great, smoke and stuff. And I'm hoping it spreads fast, because overall, if something catches fire, right, it's tend to spread quite fast. So I'm hoping it's gonna be actually ignites and
it can't be realistically fast because it needs to be manageable.
Yes.
So it does need to be balanced time-wise. I want it to spread relatively fast, but I don't want to walk out, look, say, oh, there's a fire. It's like, okay, I'll go and get an extinguisher, walk away, grab the extinguisher, come back, and then my whole ship is ablaze, you know?
Well,
That's
I hope there's things that can make the fire be accelerated. You know, certain things that can happen. But I hope that there's a baseline that's pretty, you know, a different, maybe a part that as like where the engine's at. If that fucking catches on fire, it'll cause the fire bigger because that generates a lot more heat in that area than like somewhere like the brig or an area that that doesn't have like any major components, you know?
Well, if your power plant gets set on fire, that's definitely going to cause a big fire. For sure.
The other thing I was thinking, external thing, if you've got a cargo ship and you've got flammables, you're carrying flammables, and they catch fire.
That's, yeah.
If they blow up, I expect the whole ship be on fire in seconds after that.
Mm-hmm.
I want C2s, not C2s, hull Cs to break in half if the fuel canisters they're carrying as cargo blow up. Yeah. I want to see
That'll be cool.
two ends of a spindle, a player screaming in sorrow as their ship falls apart, and villain laughing on the sidelines because he's definitely the one that did it.
How we got into that?
Yeah, don't worry. I will fit you in where I can.
See,
all right, if you go.
See
to the
now,
next slide.
now I'm gonna need to do it because all our viewers would be disappointed if I don't. So
Yeah,
now I have
it's
got no
now
choice.
Expected of you.
No choice.
If you go to the next slide for me.
Yep, we're
Armor. There's not really much to say on this. Got a couple of things. It didn't come in with a tech preview, so you don't really have an idea of what armor is right now. We know that eventually it will be tied with Maelstrom, which is, as far as I'm aware, around 80% to 90% done in terms of applying it to ships. And
yeah. I'm thinking they not added armor for the reason they wanted to see, like, if ships is gonna get hit fairly easy, how much damage will it do to components and stuff like that.
They just said it wasn't ready, but I think that is why a lot of people are reporting that it's too easy to kill your ship through the engineering system right now, is because armor is that wall between your initial encounter and dying a horrible, painful death through fire and brimstone. You know?
I don't feel like it's not ready. I feel like it's just turned off because they want to see how the other systems are playing right now and functioning.
Possibly.
If that's functioning proper, then just turn on another system. Instead of having them all turned on at once, you know, you just turn on a couple, like the main ones, to see if it's all going to function, catch on fire, and then add the armor as another baseline on top.
If we just move to the next slide, because I don't think there's that much on armor to talk about till we see
There's no more slides. That was the last one.
That was okay. So it's the whiteboard. You bring my whiteboard up. That would be fantastic. So I've got a few different X-ray top downs of different ships. I thought it would be fun to kind of speak about different sizes of ships, the problems with those ships, and how it will affect gameplay in terms of engineering. Just to cover light fighters, the way engineering is going to work on light fighters is each component will have a one-time repair, because you're not going to be able to get out your ship and repair it. You'll have a button within your engineering screen on the light fighter, and you would just click that button and it repairs it to about 20%, I think. That is not my.
I know. I'm working on it. I'm pretty sure that's what you sent it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Which
one did you want it? I don't see it.
The one on the left.
This one, the whiteboard.
Left. No, not the new one. The one. No, the one untitled.
Untitled.
The blank one.
It's blank. Yeah. Okay.
It's
working. Almost.
God, your computer's slow.
Yeah.
What?
There we go.
I don't think you joined my link, did you?
No, he has to re-click it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know where you...
Re-click
I don't think you're not on it. You need to click the link from our group chat.
That's why I clicked
You haven't got my... You haven't...
You didn't open up whiteboard. You have to have it open and then click the link.
Okay. This is so...
I can share it again if you need to.
Super complicated. Yeah. No, it should be fine.
I sent it in advance. Okay.
Super complicated. You wouldn't understand how much work it is.
I've sent it again just in case.
Okay, I think I've got it.
I blame villain. I blame him.
What's new? What's new, man?
Right, if you zoom into the nomad diagram first, because there's a point I kind of want to outline for the nomad. So zoom in as close as you can. So I think with engineering, these are going to be the hardest ships to manage because they're not technically a two-man ship. They're a one-man ship with an interior, and it will have components, and you will need to repair them, and you can't get out your seat to repair them. So I'm wondering whether for these kinds of ships, it would be better to have the light fighter model, where you have the one-time repair button on your flight screens, your MFDs, with the ability to, if you want to, go and repair them. Because if you're a cargo hauler and you get attacked, how are you going to fly and repair at the same time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. But what happened to your fire and brimstone approach to everything?
Oh no, I believe in the fire and brimstone, but like let's think in world.
Always.
You're still going to be alone. Fire and brimstone is the way, but you would design a ship with all the contingencies that ship would need, and a one-man ship with an interior may still need the contingency of a one-time repair through your engineering console. You know what I mean? It's like
Would make
I
sense.
feel like that would be a requirement. But let's go to the C2 just above. I think that's probably the best example in here because it has, in my opinion, the best engineering setup. You've got your cargo area on the bottom, no access to any components down there, completely separate from above. The top floor is completely defendable from FPS, so your engineering components aren't vulnerable to FPS attacks unless they fight through your crew.
They just going through all the stuff you're carrying.
Yeah, and very few of the components are close to the edges of the ship. They are central to the body of the ship. And most of the components are a straight line from the cockpit to the back of the ship. Yep. So your engineers are going to have a real easy time locating, repairing, and maintaining the ship. So I think you could run this ship with 2 people.
Yeah,
Minimum. Obviously, you're not going to have fully manned turrets, but this is the easiest one to run of all large ships, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, Maddie, how would you set this ship up? You like to kind of think this stuff out, don't you?
In what terms? How would I set it up? Like crew
So
wise?
if you had a crew, how many crew would you want minimum? And at maximum, how would you want the crew to flow? Would you like to have a floating engineer, a dedicated engineer, that kind of thing?
Minimum would be 3 on this ship because of the way it's designed. Maximum, I'd say 5. 3 is not a lot for our C2. Number one, it's a cargo ship, so you need 2 people off the bat just for cargo moving.
Yeah.
And you need 1 person for the pilot. So minimum 3 on this ship. Then on top, what I would feel is optimal is 5. The reason for 5 is you got your pilot, you got your co-pilot, which is on a gun. You got an extra gunner, and then you have 2 dedicated engineers. They can run around the ship and do things. Now, if things get really hot, you got a 3rd engineer that can come and help while you still have 1 gun on the ship. That's why I think 5 would be optimal for a C2.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anything more is like overkill. Sorry.
It's okay. No, you carry on. I'll just get ready with what I was going to say, and I'll say after. What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, that's it. I was just saying anything more than 5 is like overkill. I feel like 4 is a good number, but 5 would be like the sweet optimal spot.
Yeah, I think for larger crews, something to consider as well would be this, just that you have sections in the ship that you could take advantage of. So you could have an engineer, your front gunner. Say you've only got like a 3-man crew. Your front gunner could be responsible for batteries and shields, and then you have this back section where your other person could be responsible for I think again, this is the advantage of the C2's layout. It's just so easy to allocate people to sections of the ship. Obviously, if you have a dedicated engineer, this won't really be applicable. But even on a small crew, you could manage this ship pretty well. Whereas if Villain, you move over to the Redeemer, I'm going to point out one of the biggest pain points of engineering for a ship, which is let me just, who did the line? Who was it?
I erased it.
Who
That
was
the
it?
wrong one.
Is this here. Biggest pain point of any engineering section on a ship is when all the components are in the same spot, which is great for the engineer,
Yeah.
but terrible for the ship.
Yes.
Because maybe the Redeemer is probably not the best representation because it doesn't have much place to put the components. It's quite a small interior compared to other ships. But the A1 and C1, they're examples where a lot of the components are very tightly clustered, whereas they could otherwise be spread out. But I think that's a bit of a problem on some ships where, yeah, it's they're too tightly clustered. Your components are all going to go out. What did you do?
That wasn't me.
Villain.
That wasn't
Why would
me.
you do that? Why?
That was me. I fixed it. I think.
I'm conscious of the time because I know Maddie has a place to be after this. If we move to the Idris, because this is the big question mark. This is the hard one.
You just solo it, as always, man.
Oh, good luck. So, Villain.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this time. I asked Maddie about the C2.
How many?
What is your ideal setup? So you've got. Let's zoom in a little bit and go from the Idris Bridge picture, and we'll go down one by one. So you got 4 turrets on the Idris Bridge section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go down to the next one.
Yeah, zoom it in a bit more.
5, 6 turrets. A bit more down. 6. So you got 6 manned turrets, and I think a few remote turrets. So let's call it. Oh, you
got 2 more turrets in the arrow hangar. The last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
two,
yeah.
2 on the bottom.
So eight man turrets with like 3 remote turrets, 4 remote turrets. So that is like 12 people for turrets. And then you have 3 separate floors where engineering components are related. And if you go to the mid deck, the one above the hangar, you also have. No, sorry, that's the go again. That's the upper hangar. You have engineering cupboards, dedicated engineering cupboards, where they will monitor the ship. So you have to have at least 1 dedicated engineer on this floor, which contains the engine room.
I don't think you need more than 2 engineers. So my thinking.
2.
2, yeah.
What?
I've got. I'm trying to get there. I don't think it's gonna be quite easy to penetrate the armor on Idris. So I'm thinking,
Okay.
and you would need to only have more if you're fighting Idris versus Idris. Because pretty much anything you fight with Idris, it's not the other Idris. You're gonna win quite easily with like 8 people on it, especially if you've got like a railgun or something. And I don't think you need more than two Idrises, like a day-to-day kind of running the ship. If you're going to like maybe orc battle, you may have 1 extra one, I think. And then we would need to see how that works in actual, in the game before we can adjust that kind of number. That's how I'm thinking.
Are all the components in this one engine room?
No. So I'm not entirely sure of the component spread, but I know there's the engine room on this floor, and then if you go down to the lower hangar floor, Villain, please. You've got 4 components in that room, which are the black squares I've drawn on. And if you go to the bottom, the Argo hangar. and got the
Gravity.
gravity room there, and there are probably other components dotted around the ship. Maddie, you had a bit of a visceral reaction to two engineers. What about you? What would you do?
That's crazy. Have you got to hear how many engineers I put on a C2, and you know how tiny a C2 is, bro? You see how big this ship is? It's multiple floors. Okay. The,
Cardio.
fuses, number one, fuses are scattered all throughout this ship. Ask Starf, ask Dr. Entropy, they will tell you themselves on how one of the fuses broke, which disabled the whole ship, right? And they had to go around looking for which fuse it was, replacing fuses in every spot until they got it to work. It took Darf like
Just
2 hours. Okay.
one point on that, Maddie, before you carry on. When engineering comes in, you will be able to monitor which fuses are out, so that would be less of an issue.
And they're
Yeah, I'm
supposed to
just
turn
saying,
lights turn red.
there's
on
just
and
so
turn
many
red on.
points. Like when you go into the engineering terminal, you're going to see all the points. So to only have 2 engineers that are going to be dedicated to repairing things, and one of them is going to be in the gravity room, and one of them is going to be in the engine room. That's kind of, you're kind of spread thin. You need at least minimum 4 minimum
Yeah, I would say you need at least
spread on
2 on
each
the
floor.
on the mid floor to take care of fuses in the engine room, because they're going to have to walk all over the ship doing that. But remembering that there are fuses on other levels, so the engineers on the lower levels will still be responsible for those. I would put one on the hangar deck, because they could be an engineer that handles incoming ships as well as the components in the hangar. And one specifically for the gravity bay.
So
Although you could manage with 3 perhaps, because the gravity is not as important as the rest of the ship.
Yeah, on like a everyday regular fly, 3 would be okay. 2 is crazy. Yeah. 3's okay because you can
budget
spread
cuts,
them
man.
between
We
the
cannot
floors.
afford more than 2 engineers.
Like, because you still need a pilot, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's already 4 people. Like, to run the Idris itself, you're gonna need at least 5 to 6 people on just doing basic things.
Yeah, I was going to say you need the turrets as well. But I would say 4 realistically minimum, because you got to remember on an Idris that your engineers aren't only going to be taking care of the ship, they're going to be taking care of the fighters. And you're going to have different engineers with different specific roles.
I thought the fighters is gonna be you just land in and you just use the thing, refuel, rearm, and just automatically will be taking out. So I don't think they're gonna need to do that.
But they're going to have specific spaces where you put the RMC or
Maybe
what's the construction material?
RMC.
CMC? RMC? I can't remember what it's called. But you would put it and it would use that to repair the ships. So you may have to move boxes to get them in place and things like that. So you manage the hangar to prime it for repair. Or you want to get some cargo people who low skill labor. Get some low skill labor in your hangar.
Wow. So mean.
Just find your cousin who doesn't really know how to play games. Just like, all you need to do is move this box and put it here.
Just
And when
click
that
this
box
button.
box is gone, Maddie, your son. There you go. We've got one already.
I've been teaching him. I've been teaching him how to move boxes. You know, move boxes, be a turret gunner. Light flying. That's a little dangerous. He's only 7, you know.
Yeah, but mostly
Gotta teach him young.
Yeah, biggest thing is gonna be game changing when engineering is gonna come out. It's gonna be a big
when it
thing.
comes in.
Yeah,
it is.
Sorry.
So I just want to say it will affect everyone. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah,
you're gonna need to learn to fix it. So there you go.
The only caveat that comes with it, I think there are only like 71 ships that are getting engineering in the tech preview. Whether that will be the case when it comes out is a different story. I highly doubt that's the case. It will be more. But based on gold standards currently and how many ships actually have it, there are going to be quite a few ships that need work
Yeah, and
before engineering is complete.
Idris, it's not
This
one
is
of them.
true.
Idris is not one of them. That won't happen until the new model comes out.
Okay, I think we covered most of it. I think.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it for this week.
Yeah.
That was everything that we wanted to cover.
Yeah.
If anyone in the comments on YouTube or in Twitch has any requests in terms of subject or any suggestions, please do let us know. We're happy to kind of work on the structure and the format of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're gonna do a quick
Yes,
rate.
feedback is always welcome.
Yep, we're gonna do a quick rate in a minute, and yeah, that's us for this week. I
Yeah.
think.
Thanks for tuning into the Drake's podcast, fellas. I'm Muddy Soka.
Part-time villain. And
You
More
couldn't
than
read.
that.
Mormon 631.
we will, guys, catch you next week.
Yeah, join the Discord. Don't forget, we're always in there, hanging out, playing games, acting a fool.